am struggling. I feel like I am fully immersed. It's gonna be about 10 p.m.-ish by the time I'm done reading, and I have not been reading. The fact that I am like even considering DNFing this. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am starting this video out in the evening. It is dark, and the reason is because I have a very exciting thing to do, and I have never done this before. I am gonna do a 24-hour readathon. Now, I prioritize sleep. That is a huge thing for me with my health and making sure that my hormones are happy. So I will be starting a 24-hour timer, and I'll let myself sleep, and then basically all day tomorrow I will just see how much I can read before the timer goes off. It is almost 8 p.m. So from 8 p.m. Thursday evening to 8 p.m. Friday evening, I'm doing a 24-hour readathon. The only thing that I really have to do tomorrow is fold my laundry. I have a phone call in the morning that would be pretty short. Other than that, I really am planning just to be home and to relax and read as much as I can. I was already planning on doing that tomorrow, but I thought, why not turn it into a 24-hour readathon type thing? I don't read very fast, so I'm probably not going to read like 7+ books like most people do, but that's okay. I'm gonna do what I want to, what I can. And something that's sort of exciting as well is that I am officially starting to read from my fall TBR, which is crazy to say. I can't believe we're getting that close to fall, but at the same time, I am just so ready for the cold weather, and mentally I'm there, and I'm just gonna lean into the mood because I feel like that's one of the biggest things that puts me in a reading slump, is reading the things I think I need to read versus just reading what I want to read. And somebody is starting to mow their grass at like 8 p.m. when it's dark, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. I might have to record this in a minute actually. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay, but the first book that I'm gonna read from my fall TBR is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I have never read this. I've heard so many good things about it. I've tried reading it in the past and it wasn't working for me, but at the same time, fantasy is always hit or miss for me, and I usually DNF fantasies for a lot of reasons. They just don't resonate with me very well, but I really want to like this, and I think that it's going to be perfect for the fall time. So I'm letting this be my first fall TBR read. I also think it's going to be great for a 24-hour readathon because it's YA. Like, the words are pretty big on the page, so I'm wanting something like fast-paced but also fantastical. So I'm excited to get this started, and I'm about to start my timer, and then we will get to reading. We're starting the timer. It's so weird. I feel like I need to stop it, but I'm not going to. Cruel Prince. The next day. I didn't read very much last night because I got a horrible headache. I think there was like an hour and a half or something on the timer when I went to bed. I have been awake for a little bit this morning. I've had a quiet time. I made some muffins, and now my timer is at 12 hours and 39 minutes. Like, my dog is always noisy the second I start recording. So I'm about 12 hours, 40-ish minutes, and I filmed like a short form of me starting a book last night, and I need to edit and post that really quick. But other than that, I'm gonna go grab a muffin, drink some coffee, and just read for a little bit. About an hour and a half, I need to start getting ready for the day because I have like a video phone call a little bit later this morning, and that won't take me very long. But otherwise, I have that, and I have laundry that I need to fold, and I'm somebody that can't just sit for like 12 hours straight reading. I have to kind of take breaks. So I'm gonna utilize these things that I have to do so that I can stop and take a break. Anyway, let me edit this video real quick, and then we'll get to reading. Okay, I might piss some people off. I cannot read this. It is so hard for me to read it because there's so many names and words from this fantastical world with little to no explanation of what it all means. And so the language doesn't flow very well. Like, I feel like I have to keep stopping and rereading things. And I'm only 28 pages in. So if I'm already feeling this way, I think that this might be a good audiobook option for me, and my hours for Spotify Premium renew in like 2 days. So what I might do is read this on audiobook this fall, because the concept of it is so magical and there have been moments where I like enjoyed it. The fact that I am like even considering DNFing this, I don't want to DNF it. So this is gonna be like a soft DNF for me, and I'm gonna go get something else to read. So I feel like I've wasted like the whole first half of this 24-hour readathon, and I need to make up for it. So let's go pick something else. All right, I got ready for the day, then I went and picked a book, and I think I'm gonna read With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I love Riley Sager, and not all of his books are 5 stars, but I always have a good time with him, and this one sounds very interesting to me, especially the fact that it's set, I think it's supposed to be set in the 50s. And so I love that it's sort of historical, but it's not actually historical fiction. And I like that it's going to be a claustrophobic, like closed room type feeling, because the whole thing takes place over the course of like 12 hours, I think, in one train car. I'm excited about this. I feel like this is kind of different than his other books, like the concept of it. And also the cover is stunning. I love the artwork and the spine. It looks like a train ticket, which is so cool. So I'm gonna start reading this. I have like an hour till my phone call, and we're gonna see how much I can do in an hour. Alright, I finished my phone call. I actually stopped the timer. 14.5 hours. Yeah, 14 hours, 34 minutes, because I realized I didn't want to spend that time during the 24 hours doing like a work call. So I stopped the timer, and I think I'm gonna start it again after lunch. I'm gonna make some lunch, watch a YouTube video probably while I'm eating lunch, and then I'll start the timer again so that I can just fully read. And that might be considered cheating, I don't know, but I feel like I wasted the first several hours of this 24-hour readathon because I was reading a book I was not enjoying. But now I am reading With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I read up to page 25 in about 30 minutes, so it's pretty easy to read, and I'm excited to get into it. I'm kind of loving the vibes. I found a ambiance video on YouTube called Trans-Siberian Railway Ambiance, and I think I took a clip of it earlier, but it is very cozy, and I'm probably gonna watch that or listen to that throughout the day as I am reading this book. Okay, I am about to log in. It is about 12:30 p.m. I have 9.5 hours left of this 24-hour readathon, which means it's gonna be about 10 p.m.-ish by the time I'm done reading, and I have no plans. No plans at all. I am probably ditching all my plans, my have-tos, because I really want to read a huge chunk of this book. I have had no coffee, so I'm gonna make a nice latte really quick, and then I will finally sit down and like hone in. Alright, I've made it to page 52, and this train ambiance video in the background is literally the perfect cozy vibe for reading this book. I feel like I am fully immersed into this story. We just met all the characters. So there's only like 7 or 8 characters, and he just did 1 chapter per character, kind of introducing them and giving you a little glimpse into their story, and like you're kind of getting to see how all of them are connected. I need to start some laundry, and I need to actually cut some potatoes and put them in some salt water because I'm doing homemade fries tonight, and they always crisp up better when you do salt water and it like pulls some of the starch out of them. So I'm gonna go do that for my break. I've been sitting here for like 45 minutes reading straight, and I need to move. So I'm gonna get up, do that, come back, and keep reading. I'm at like 15.5 hours. I think we're making some good progress. I'm hoping I'm gonna get a really big chunk of this book read by the end of tonight. Oh no, did it change? Oh, it didn't. I thought I lost my timer. It is like an hour-ish later. I have been brain rotting. I gotta be honest with you. I can't sit still and just read for 24 hours straight. I stopped my timer. I'm changing the rules a little bit. I stopped my timer so that I could take that break, and I have just been on TikTok. I posted a TikTok, and I did read a good chunk. I'm like 90 pages into this book. which is like I've read a lot of it because I basically only read for like maybe a couple of hours straight. So that's pretty good. I am gonna start making dinner in like 20 minutes. It is 4:11 p.m. now. I am so hungry. So if I start it around 4:30, it'll be done around 5 or a little after 5. My husband and I eat dinner early. I know it's very grandma-esque, but you know what? I never was denying that I was a grandma. I'm totally a grandma. We like having an early dinner. We like having an early evening and a lot of time before bed to just chill. So I am gonna start reading from page 89 of With a Vengeance for 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go start dinner. And we're gonna start this because it sounds like if I start this now, I'll be reading until 11 p.m. and I have to wake up early tomorrow for a fun thing that I'm doing, but I don't do well staying up super late, so we'll see how this goes. I am determined to finish this tonight, so I better start this now. So here we go. Let's go. All right, update. At like 7 p.m. I have 5 hours left or 4 hours left of my 24-hour timer. I've eaten dinner, watched a show with my husband, and generally checked my phone, probably more than I should have. But I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna put my phone away for the evening. Actually, I can't do that because I need to see that when the timer goes off. But I'm not gonna touch it for the evening. I am feeling so tired and honestly don't feel that good right now. I wonder if I'm starting to get sick, and I hope that I'm not. But I'm gonna sit downstairs. I'm going to read some of my book and then probably make a tea. I'm over 100 pages into the book and I am enjoying it so much. It is exactly what I needed. It is more on the mystery side than it is on the thriller side right now. And I'm very interested to see where the story is gonna go, because usually with thrillers, you're kind of piecing together the story as the book goes along, but it kind of jumps straight into the story. Like the main character tells her reasoning for getting everyone on this train. I am just like, surely somebody's lying, because we have like 250 pages left of the book and there's no way they would just tell everything all up front. So we'll see. I have no idea where the story's gonna go. I'm very interested to see how this is gonna play out, and I'll keep you posted. Excuse the absolutely terrible lighting. We have like 2.5 hours left of the timer and I have not been reading. I've really had not the best night. I don't feel very good, and my husband and I had to talk about something that sort of made me a little bit sad, just being very honest with you. I am gonna lock in and actually read for these 2.5 hours. So I feel like this 24-hour readathon is sort of failing, but I guess I'm giving you a very realistic perspective of how this could look, because the 24-hour readathons I see where people literally don't stop reading for 24 hours and they read like 8 books. I don't understand it because my brain doesn't work that way. And so I want to share with you another perspective of doing the 24-hour readathon that is a little bit more realistic for me. So I'm just gonna keep going. Might actually go get ready for bed first and then grab my book, and then I will actually read. I am at 22 hours, 40 minutes, and I am struggling. I am so exhausted. I am at page 123. You can probably hear my husband playing his game in the background. Okay, maybe he'll be a little bit quieter, but I've read a decent chunk. I'm gonna continue to try to read, but I'm gonna take a break for just a second and do my Wordle of the day. I feel like this was so popular forever ago and I have been getting back into it, so I'm gonna do my Wordle and then I'm gonna keep reading because this book is so good. I am just so tired and I have to get up. Like, I can't sleep in tomorrow. All right, I've got like 45 minutes left. I'm gonna lock in for these 45 minutes and I'm gonna sit up because I think if I lay down I'm just gonna fall asleep. So let's finish out this challenge. Well, I didn't see that coming. Plot twist. All right. It is following morning and I officially failed my 24-hour readathon. I got to 23 hours and 25 minutes last night and I literally could not keep my eyes open anymore. I had a headache, I wasn't feeling good, and I just had to prioritize my health over reading for 30 more minutes. But at the same time, I might have failed the technical challenge, but I feel like my goal with doing it was just to see how much I can read when I prioritize reading over other things. And I got a good chunk into this. I am at page 136 and I'm about to sit down and read for a couple minutes before I have to leave and go somewhere. But I think that this was a really fun thing to do and a fun challenge, and I definitely don't understand all the people that do this hardcore, especially if they do it frequently and they read multiple books. Like, kudos to you guys, because my brain just does not work that way and I can't imagine being able to do that, honestly. I am excited that I finally found a book that I'm enjoying. It's fast-paced. A little bit of an update on it though. This is more of a mystery than it is a thriller so far. It's Riley Sager, so who knows the turns that it could take, but so far it is more on the mystery side and I really am loving it. I love that it feels like an Agatha Christie novel with a little bit more modern language than Agatha Christie, but it still feels a classic mystery in the way that you crave in the fall time. All of it takes place on this train, so every single section is called, this one is like 10 hours to Chicago, and then the next one will be 9 hours. So the whole book takes place over a 13-hour train ride, and I love books that have that kind of setting. There's no past timeline or future timeline or anything like that. It's just on the present, and so it's very interesting to see how all the secrets are coming out and how all of the characters basically have beef with each other that you don't really realize from the beginning, and how all that unfolds is really fun to read. So I'm excited to keep reading this, but I'm gonna close the video out here. Thanks for coming along on this hectic, kind of weird, crazy 24-hour reading journey with me, and I hope that you enjoyed. I would love it if you would stick around for future videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.